instruction, the directive we are giving to the cabal in Asura is for them to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. And there's no two ways about it. Why do we give the cabal the instruction? Because Buhari has far long died since 2017. And we all know that. Even when the Queen Elizabeth sent a condolence visit to Nigeria, though she later retrieved her message. But that is not withstanding.
Maz, what is going on? Your line is not stable.
Is aware that Buhari is no longer in existence. So I don't see the reason why we do extraordinary to deal with our leader. Since they yes, I can hear you, Mazi. Okay. I can hear you. Please, very loud and clear.
Moment, your line is not stable because I would like to all our listeners to listen what you are got to say, but it seems like your line is not stable. Please, if you are moving, I will advise that you will sit one place and make your own observation known to Biafrans and the lovers of freedom, please, because your line is not stable. Okay. You can continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mazi Oscar Keke. I really apologize for that interruptions from the network. It's quite unfortunate. It is like that, and we must have to continue. So what I'm saying is that the second topic we have to elaborate this day is not just a topic, but it is a proclamation. It is a directive. It is instruction. We, the indigenous people of Biafra, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is giving this proclamation to the cabal in Asura that they must release Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this January 2022. Yes, it is an order because they don't have any right. They don't have any right. They don't have any jurisdiction right to tamper with extraordinary rendition. That is a crime against humanity. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did nothing to warrant being in DSS custody all this while. And it seems as if we are not saying anything. Our waiting for them to take their action has been overlooked. And our waiting for them to take their action has been seen as nothing. But this time, we are giving a proclamation. We are giving a directive. We, the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, is giving an ultimatum to the cabal in Asura that they must have no other alternative than to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally this January 2022. We are going to do a lot of things to make sure they obey this very instruction, to make sure that they obey and work towards this very proclamation from the indigenous people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no offense that warrants the Nigerian government to go as far as working against humanity, placing extraordinary rendition in the house of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, bringing him back to Nigeria. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Our silence all this while has been seen as cowardness, but we want to make it aesthetically clear to the cabal that our silence is for us to know their strategy. And we have come to the conclusion that there is no other way we are going to tell them, but now that we are informing them that they have no other alternative but to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If they think that holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS dungeon can stop Biafra agitation, that is a typical lie. If anybody tell you that we don't have 1 million Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Ipob, my brother, the person is trying to deceive you. I want to tell you that all of us, students of Radio Biafra, that have been listening to Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of us has graduated. And because we have graduated, and that is why we have come together as a people, that is why we have come together as a nation, and we are declaring, giving a proclamation order to the cabal in Asura to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu this January unconditionally, or else they are going to see many of our colors from this time henceforth. We are going to put many strategies in place to see that we cripple the zoo, the little that remains. The zoo has already crippled. But we are going to make sure that we cripple the zoo in total this January. We are not going to leave any stone unturned. Already, there is nobody like Buhari in Aso Rock. And that is why we are sending this message to the cabal. We are not sending this message to Buhari because Buhari has far long died in 2017. The message is going to the cabal in Aso Rock. Yes, the message is going to the presidency. The message is going to the cabal in Aso Rock. And the message says the indigenous people of Biafra, under the leadership of Mazi Nwachineke, as it stands today, has declared and give an ultimatum for Nigerian government, the cabal, to release Mazi Nwachineke unconditionally come this January 2022. Yes. If not, we keep saying it, we are going to invent a lot of strategies to make sure that we cripple the zoo in total. Mazi Nwachineke has destroyed the zoo already. For the little that remains, we are going to finish it up because the zoo cannot stand. The zoo will no longer exist. After us, the zoo will no longer exist. Our Onion Mazi Nwachineke already said it, and we are working towards finalization of that which he has said before he was extraordinarily reindented. You reindented somebody from Kenya back to Nigeria because you wanted to kill him, and he flew away from his motherland for safety, just to get himself saved. And after that, you went as far as traveling all the way to Kenya to reindent him back to Nigeria. And you tried to do amendments to charges you gave him. The charges you gave him that he was in the correctional center for more than 2 years without trial. The charges you gave him that you cannot be able to defend. Then you tried to amend the charge. Why then did you forget to put the fact that Mazi Nwachineke said Buhari is far long dead? Why is it that you are dodging yourself? You don't want to talk about that. Because you don't want to talk about that means you don't have anything against Mazi Nwachineke. And that is why this day we are giving a proclamation that Mazi Nwachineke must be released unconditionally this January 2022. We're not going to back down. We are going to stand tall. If you think that holding him there will stop everything about Biafra agitation, if you think that planting you are planting people that will be talking against Biafra restoration will stop us from agitating for Biafra, you are a typical liar. If you think there is anything you can do, both in the media or anywhere, to stop us from agitating for Biafra, you are a lunatic. If you think holding Mazi Nwachineke in DSS dungeon will stop us from speaking out, will stop us for our quest for Biafra, you are insane. In fact, you are very, very mad if you think that Mazi Nwachineke will never be released, and if you think that Biafra restoration can never come to actualization. I want to tell you emphatically clear that Biafra is a spirit. Biafra is an ideology. Biafra must be restored. It doesn't matter whatever anybody thinks. It doesn't matter the type of strategy the Fulanis are using. It doesn't matter what the invaders in Aso Rock are doing. It doesn't matter what they are doing with our so-called governors in Biafra land, our senators. It doesn't matter every of political ambitions anybody may have come 2023. Biafra must be restored. Biafra agitation must prevail. Even if it happens that an evil man happens to be a president of the zoo today, we must at the same time immediately continue our quest for Biafra restoration. Igbo presidency 2023 can never stop us from asking for Biafra restoration, can never stop us from asking for Biafra restoration. And we want to make it emphatically clear that Mazi Nwachineke must be released. Aso Rock don't have anything against Mazi Nwachineke. Aso Rock don't have anything against Mazi Nwachineke. And because they cannot be able to prosecute him, because they cannot put straight all the things he has, all the things he has said against Buhari government, which he said Buhari is dead, since they cannot be able to channel their allegations towards that angle, Mazi Nwachineke must be released unconditionally come 2022 January. And this is a proclamation order that IPOB family is giving to the cabal in Aso Rock. And we don't have any, we owe nobody any apology about that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released, or the zoo will cease to exist. This time, as I have said it, IPOB worldwide has said it, and we must work towards that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. There's no two ways about it. You people must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Thank you very much, Mazi Oscar Okeke. I will step aside because I have passed my information. It is never a topic. It is a proclamation order. It is a directive. It is a memo. We have channeled it to the zoo cabal. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much. Without wasting more time, let me quickly go to Mazi. Mazi Nwachineke, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mazi, also, thank you for giving me another opportunity to speak to humanity. Our demand is very simple from the Jew cabal that's holding our leader, the greatest man from the East, only in the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's our message is what? Release our leader, only the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which the extraordinary redemption from Kenya. They have been during DSS dungeon for the past months now. We demand his unconditional release and the date for referendum. Because a call of referendum is not a call for war. IPOB have maintained total non-violence by communication. So they have no right to hold our leader in communication. Upon all these things that have been happening in Nigeria, in that contraction, the terrorists and other things, they still have the right, they still have the God to hold our leader. To demand unconditional release of our leader. He commit no crime, no to law. It's just a prisoner of conscience. And they should free him. We, the global family, have had so much patience because we believe in the ideology of non-violence. But they should not take our silence for a weakness, because we all have sworn an oath to restore Biafra, our dying residue, and nothing any man can do to stop the repression of Biafra. So therefore, I join my voice in calling the Fulani cabal and presidency to release our leader on this January 18th, because we don't deserve to be there. We cannot just hold them righteous man incommunicado, where terrorists are walking around, walking all over, living their life in the contraction. And they must release and give us this referendum. I believe a word is enough a wise. There's no need repeating the issue. Mazi, I say, may Elohim protect our leader and give him more strength to fight this battle to the end. Today, we shall hand over the mic back to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. All our listeners, in case you just join us new, this is some cross section of Asia National Coordinators. We are always coming on your way every Sundays. So by special grace of Chukwuka is here. We are now about to wind it down to draw the curtain. But before we go, I would like to call each and national coordinator. I give them a few minutes, 2 minutes, at least 4. Give us their closing remarks, and also for our listeners to hear their name once again, and also thank them for their lesson. So I call him upon the man, say, okay, please go on and give your own closing remark. Your closing remark. Please go ahead.
No, you see, thank you very much for this another opportunity. I want to thank our listeners from all parts of the world this morning. I also want to thank IPOB around the world, lovers of freedom around the world, even our enemies. I want to thank them for listening to us this morning. I want to urge each and every one of us to stand very tall as we proceed, because 2022 is a very great year and is a very important year to the history of Biafran restoration. Nobody should take anything for granted as far as our freedom, our march towards our freedom is concerned. I also want to use this opportunity to remind us the enormous work before us, because we have men on ground, men who has made it possible for our region, for our bushes and forests to remain intact, for even our female, our mothers and sisters to at least be free from raping and all the rest of it. Those men are called the army of heaven. They are the ESM. Don't forget them. Do not allow them to go hunger. Do not allow them to maybe go hunger, or hunger of feeding and hunger of the materials required to do the work. I don't want to go very far away. On behalf of this great family here, IPOB India, I want to let the world to understand that we are doing everything humanly possible from this particular family. We are intact here, and we are working assiduously for the restoration of the absolute and complete sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra. Every hand must be on deck. This is the right time, because one of my colleagues once said that whenever when it becomes the tougher it becomes, the sooner it ends. That is what it means. So I want to use this opportunity to thank the leadership of IPOB, from the head of directorate to the DOS entirely, to our able Asian rep, to Nwachineke, who gave us this particular platform, Radio Biafra Alpha Service 2, to propagate this particular message this morning. I pray, may Elohim grant each and every one of us all the enablement required to accomplish this work successfully. And may God bless us, but more importantly, may God restore Biafra for us this particular year, 2022. There, when you see. Thank you very much. As I hand.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Without wasting more time, Mazi Jalad, please, closing the mark, very short, very brief one.
Thank you, Mazi Oscar Okeke, our Asian national rep. You are indeed doing a great job. I must have to appreciate our presenter in the person of Nwachineke. Thank you very much for allowing us also to use your platform, Radio Biafra Hausa, to reach our people. Actually, the time we are now, as I said before, is an injury time. This injury time is the time that Biafra must be restored. Restoration of Biafra remains our utmost priority. It doesn't matter what anybody is talking about it. We are here to get Biafra restored, and nothing more than that. All of us has reincarnated to get Biafra restored, and nothing more than that. But it needs you and I effort. Collaboratively, we can get it done. Unanimously, we will prevail. I say, if we come together, we will pull that mountain. No matter the remains of this very mountain in Asur Rock, we will get it crashed unanimously. It has not been easy, but by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama, through our Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi, our land has been preserved by the monitor of the Eastern Security Network. These people are people that has taken to suffer. These people are people that have taken to suffer. Let me put it that way. They left all their comfort zone and they choose to be in the bushes just to see that you and I have a place we can call our place. It is hard time you see the need for you to support Eastern Security Network. Without the presence of Eastern Security Network, I want to tell you that our land would have been overrun by the Fulanis. Yes, our land would have been overrun by the Fulanis. But one dime, $1, 1 penny you spend in support of Eastern Security Network My brother, I want to tell you that is the highest, that is the highest contribution you have made to humanity so far, because these people are there to see.
Let us do the needful to support these great military men that are in the bushes and securing our land. It's very, very important that we do this needful. And here also, I want to thank all the Asian national coordinators. We have been doing good, and all the principal officers across the globe that have been working hard to see that the Biafran nation is restored. Please, I say, may you walk in that direction. As long as you do something that is rightful, as long as you do something that is justful, as long as you're walking in the right path, please continue. But if you are doing something that is not good, retrieve your journey and redirect yourself and do something that is meaningful to your life. That is, at the end, it shall be well with all of us. It's from here I still remain Mazi Nwachineke Oscar. And from here I say, may God can bless each and every one of us. Happy New Year once again. Thank you, Mazi Nwachineke. Microphone back to you. Thank you very much.
To Banjo.
Together, the more we fight together.
News you have brought up this very morning can be corroborated.
They are foolish. Those who they are blind. So we need to.
And you are in the country being US bandits, even if it means killing some students. Even if it means that some students will die in the process. Can you imagine? This is the mindset of Fulani Janjaweed, Islamic extremism gone crazy. These are the idiots you call leaders in Nigeria. These are the idiots that you refer to as your governors. Look at the way they are thinking. Look at the way they are reasoning. Are these the type of people you want to be in the same country with? He was not concerned about the lives of the innocent students abducted from this college of forestry in Kaduna. He wanted to prove the point. We are going to bomb the only country in the world where the Air Force is busy bombarding their own citizens. Nowhere else in the world will an aircraft take off in the same country to bomb citizens in that country and want you to go and do your research. These are the type of animals you have as political leaders. These are the type, maybe when you get old, you begin to reason like Obasanjo. These are the fools that don't even understand what civil society is all about. They don't understand what governance is all about. They do not even have any appreciation of what a democratic discourse entails. They have no idea. All they are concerned about, all they are busy doing every day is how do we kill people? How do we get them to be afraid of us that we may continue to loot in perpetuity? He doesn't care if these other people's children are dead. A sitting governor in a state. And that is what maybe that's what they're going to do around us. They will say, oh, well, they were kidnapped by bandits. Let us go and bomb them. They'll start raining bombs in and around Okigwe, in and around the Sipuaton and Lopa and Umunuchi. We're not going to have that. We are saying, I'm telling you this morning, that the people that kidnapped our students yesterday are Nigerian army and Nigerian police. They are the people that did it. And they must produce those people, or else there will be no peace along that very axis. When I mean, I am now warning everybody, there will be no transport movement. I'm giving them only 24 hours. If they do not release those kids that were picked up yesterday or thereabout, there will be no peace. There will be no movement from Igwacha to Enugu. There will be no vehicle that will travel from Igwacha to Enugu. No vehicle will crisscross from Isupuato or from Okigwe to Owerri. There will be none until we find them. Because if we allow movement of vehicles, they will smuggle these people out of our land. They will smuggle them out of our land. And maybe by this time, in the next 3 weeks or thereabout, their private parts will be in a one-ton soup somewhere in Shanghai. And we don't want that to happen. This is the price you pay for having idiots in power. This is the price you pay for allowing Abakari to impose Hotus on you people. This is the price you pay for supporting idiots and foreign slaves like Hodges or Cow. This is the price you pay for having prisoners, weak idiots like OKC also in power. This is the price you pay for a failed leadership. That is why your children have been taken. And I'm warning every foreign person in the army and in the police in Biafra land, especially in and around Lopa, those of you responsible for the kidnap of these children yesterday, you must release them. Or else there will be no peace. You must release them. And I want Kadira Ahmed, I want all these people, idiots writing for Daily Trust. I want the whole world to understand. I want the US ambassador to understand. I want the UK High Commissioner to understand. I want the EU ambassador to Nigeria to understand. I want every observer to understand this very, very clearly. Those in AU, those in ECOWAS to understand this very carefully. The Fulani camp in Lopa is where our people are being held. That is where our children, university undergraduates are being held, and they must be released with immediate effect. They must be released. Should harm come to one of them, then we will understand. That is why I am saying today, anywhere you see the army, you will attack them because they are coming to kill, to kidnap, to rape, and to pillage. Anywhere you see the Nigerian police, the same thing. They are your enemies. Nigerian police, they are your enemies. Nigerian army, they are your enemies. Any idiot in Abuja or in Lagos writing rubbish and telling you they are your friends, that person should be stoned to death. I'm telling you the truth. Because this type of kidnap has never happened before in our land. It is happening for the first time because those engineering it are foreign terrorists. And we cannot allow them to prevail. We can never ever allow them to prevail. Please, you must give me some time. Very, very briefly, should I say shortly, the lines will be open for you to give us your take on what we are reporting today. Because the Fulani, they think they can cage everybody. They think or feel that they can shut everybody up. They have now caged the media. The Yoruba cowardly media have submitted, or should I say succumbed to Fulani threats. That is why yesterday we were reading that 5 million naira will be paid to the National Broadcasting Commission by Channels Television and Inspiration FM for IPOB interviews. And as I keep saying all the time, there is something wrong with the brain of black people. Black people are the most useless creature on this very earth. Lower than animals, lower than monkeys, lower than baboons. I'm telling you the truth. Because you cannot tell me that you stay in a country where Fulani things that only their narrative should hold sway. Where Fulani things that any lie coming out of the mouth of lying Muhammad is what should be accepted as gospel. You banned IPOB, you prescribed IPOB without a recourse to any judicial process. You start down in the office, you said IPOB must be prescribed. We have been asking you to come to your court to prove that IPOB is a terrorist group for how many years now? Since 2017. You have not done so. Now you're telling Channels Television that they cannot, the world cannot hear the voice of IPOB spokespeople because you want the lies that you're trotting out to hold sway. The same way that you lied that I jumped bail. That is what you want. Any day we now go, or maybe on AIT or anywhere else, to push that lie, you will find them, you will ban them, you will suspend them. That is the type of country that some idiots are calling their own. That is the type of country that some people are calling Nigeria. One Nigeria. May God punish all of you, from Obasanjo to all of you, to any pastor, to any idiot that will talk about one Nigeria. God will punish all of you one after the other. You people are evil. You will stay in a country where somebody can come out and keep lying every blessed day. IPOB was prescribed due to the activities. What is that activity? Let us go to your courts to debate it. Let us go to your courts to argue it. You have refused. You have not given us that chance. Since 2017 till now, we have not been to any law court in Nigeria to argue that IPOB should not be prescribed because you're running from the own courts. In the same country, if you lie against IPOB, if you come and you lie against the people, and we somehow found a way to perhaps straighten the records, that the world may know the truth, you find the TV station responsible and the FM station responsible. All of you idiots called Nigerians, you fools, you idiots, you morons are allowing Fulani to be doing these things every blessed day. You people, you allow Fulani to be toying about with your lives because you're cowardly, because you're foolish, because you're idiotic. When they say name, you gotta register. BVN, you gotta register. You don't even ask yourself, what are the consequences of all these registrations that Fulani are asking us to do? Yesterday, they removed a Ports Authority woman for corruption. A Fulani woman, they replaced her with another Fulani man. All of you are just there, idiotically. Anything that Fulani dishes out, you accept it. We just like Obasanjo. Obasanjo is one of the worst fools in the world. That man is an idiot. He's an idiot, I'm telling you the truth. All of you fools, you see what is happening in the zoo, and you keep quiet. Because you want Yoruba people to be enjoying oil and gas coming from Biafra. Like, God will punish Obasanjo. God will punish that idiot. Punish him 10 times over. Punish him 1,000,000 times over. Because he is evil. An evil, stupid man. And all the idiots going to Obasanjo's Altar farm. All the fools going there to pay homage to that Satan. All of you will suffer, I'm telling you. I place a curse on all of you this very morning. You are in a country where you are lying against the people. The TV station called them to find out their own version, which even if you go to a law court, after the state must have presented their case, the accused person will be also allowed to present his or her case. That was exactly what happened. And you people are there, and Channels TV will pay 5 million naira fine. Inspiration FM will pay 5 million naira fine, and you are in the country being ruled by fallen animals, and all of you are there keeping quiet, not saying anything. Shame on all of you, I'm telling you. All of you idiots that call yourselves Nigerians, all of you monkeys. Sometimes I don't even know why God ever bothered to hate black people. I have no idea. You people are idiotic beyond redemption. Black people are fools, I'm telling you. You stay in a country where 6 million people, Fulani, they are not up to 6 million. Fulani, they are not up to 6 million people. Look at the way they are lording it over everybody. Idiots like Obasanjo, a complete fool like Obasanjo is there throwing their part because maybe they made him wins today. Useless idiots. Let's say it's only if Channels TV want to be very foolish by paying this one especially. What they need to do is that every journalist in Nigeria, every media house, if they insist that Channels must pay this very fine, they should all shut up shop. All of them should go on strike in the zoo to teach Fulani a lesson. Because of your stupid behavior, that is the reason why Fulani became emboldened to be doing all this manner of nonsense. Anything they like, they can do and get away with it in front of your eyes in a country with federal character. Nigerian Ports Authority woman, a Fulani woman goes, another one comes in, another Fulani man comes in, and they're telling me that you're human beings, you are learned, you're educated, we are the elite, we are the enlightened ones. You people are morons, you know nothing. You are foolish, you know nothing. Fools everywhere, and they are this movie. That was the same way that it was in yesterday. They said, everybody should be, look at the way the Fulani are liars. Unrepentant, demonic liars. They lie, they know how to lie. Them and their useless Zoom media. Them and their useless Yoruba Zoom media. Satanic people. Lucifer, you people are Luciferians. That is why black people are poor and backwards, because a black person is the embodiment of evil. Black people are evil, beyond evil. All of you were there 14th of September 2017 when my house was attacked by Nigerian army and Nigerian police. 28 of my men were killed. As a result of that invasion of my house, I lost my parents. My mom and my dad are dead today. Are you following me very carefully? Do you know that in Nigeria, that is why I'm telling you the truth. If I have a means, believe you me, when I die, of course I will see God. I will ask God the Almighty in heaven, why did you create black people? Why did you create black people? Are the most wicked species of animal in the world. Black people are more wicked than a serpent. Black people are evil. They are evil. A black person is the embodiment of evil. I'm telling you the truth. All of you stupid Nigerians were there. And in fact, as I'm saying this right now, I want the video of the invasion of my house on the 14th of September 2017 to be released to the whole world, to put a lie to this their nonsense, asking Abaribe should be in prison for not producing Nnamdi Kanu, deputy speaker. That's some idiotic deputy speaker that did not allow TV people in America to speak, or the statement that they wrote to be read on the floor of the house. And you people are there answering on Nigeria. You people are there. These are the idiots who are at the helm of affairs in your stupid zoological republic, in that damnable damnation that you call Nigeria. These are the morons, absolute idiots. How can you have electricity? How can you have employment in a place run by these retarded Neanderthals? I'm asking you, how can it be that somebody with conscience, a newspaper in Nigeria, is writing this rubbish? Abaribe should go to prison for not producing Nnamdi Kanu. I was in my house preparing to go to court. You came to kill me. You killed 28 people. My mom and my dad died as a result of it. My mother-in-law died as a result of it. And you people are telling me that you have conscience, that you're human beings? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? You people are evil. Black people are evil. That is why Africa is poor. God condemned Africa to poverty because black people are evil. You people are evil beyond evil. I'm telling you the truth. In National Assembly, in the zoo called Nigeria in Abuja, that I pray and I hope, I'm fasting that Boko Haram should go there and destroy all of you. You people are evil. Nigeria should not exist. You're asking Abaribe to go to prison. I was in my house. Preparing to go to court. You came to kill me extrajudicially. The press will not write about it. The zoo media don't talk about it. Because they are evil, they are black people. They are black. I stopped blaming God for the plight of black people because the mind of an average black person is replicates that of Lucifer. That is why we are black. Very, very evil set of people. I'm telling you. Why is it that nobody, no human being in the zoo, no media house, especially Yoruba, can come out and write the truth and ask this idiot, deputy speaker of whatever useless house it is in the zoo, what were you doing with a battalion of army and police in Nnamdi Kanu's house on the 14th of September of 2017? Nobody can ask that question. That is why I have come to the conclusion that black people should not have existed. In this shoji, they are evil. They are evil. Black people are evil. I'm telling you. Evil. Beyond evil. God should not have created black people. Black people should not have been created. They are too wicked. I'm telling you the truth. Not just wicked, but very foolish and ignorant as well. Let us go to court to determine this very case. They don't want to call the case in court. Binta Nyako is there. Call this case in court. Let our lawyers go and debate it in the open to put to bed this lie once and for all. Abaribe is in court. Abaribe went to court and defeated them in court and said the person that stood Shotifa was in his house. What were you doing in his house? Killing people. They ran away from court. And this idiot, this monkey, this foreigner, this fool has the guts to mention Abaribe's name. And all of you are reading it. All of you are reading it. As if you're fools. God should destroy black people. Black people are evil. That is why everywhere you go to around the world, they treat you as slaves. Because in your mind, in the mind of a black person, you are satanic. That was what God saw and cursed black people. Your wickedness is your undoing. I was in my house preparing to go to court. And as I'm saying, Sonto and all the rest of them, I want you to release and tag the deputy speaker of what animals. If not for a white man, if not for the British, will I be in the same country with these animals? I'm asking you. I can never be. I can never be. These are animals. I have nothing to do with them. Absolutely nothing to do with these idiots. Idiots from the Sahel, idiots from the foothills of the mountain of vultures in Futajalon. I will have nothing to do with them. These are savages from the pits of hell. These are animal, wild beasts, as you can see all over the place. These are the people that you call your fellow citizens in the zoo called Nigeria. Let us go to court to debate the issue of IPOB proscription and tagging of terrorism. They are running from their own court. A newspaper in Nigeria will get up and be writing junk proscribed. When we are the ones begging them, come to court, let us debate this. They are the ones running. Everybody went to court and defeated them in court. Yet the idiot is opening his stupid, stinking, full of mouth to be talking rubbish in Abuja, and papers are carrying it. He said he is the speaker, deputy speaker of the house, Idris Wase. If not for Queen Elizabeth and Britain, will I know who you are? These Fulani idiots, you contribute nothing to the economy. The other day we saw a young boy from Abia build a transformer, build an electrical system. A little boy, he didn't go to university, because we are born as scientists from our mother's womb. We are blessed people. A white man put all of us together in this nonsense called Nigeria. In this nonsense where that produce idiots like Obasanjo. Idiots like Obasanjo. Oh God in heaven. As ugly as his mind is, as devilish as his mind is, they can never speak the truth. Never ever will they speak the truth. And that is why black people will continue to suffer all over the world until the restoration of Biafra. Only Biafra can save black people. Anywhere you go, blacks are suffering, they're killing them, be it in Papua New Guinea, be it in USA. Everywhere you go, we are at the bottom. Nobody is asking himself, why is it that black people are always at the bottom of things? Why? Because you are evil. You black people, you are satanic. Your wickedness is second to none. That was what God saw. God looks into, go and read your Bible, your so-called Bible. God looks into the hearts of men and decide to bless any race according to their conscience of understanding of the universe and the word of God. God saw the heart of a white man, that though white people are a bit funny because they're humans, of course, he said that these people, out of everything I have created, Western Europe are those who are closest to honesty. That's why they have all the grace. If you don't know, let me tell you that the world, imagine a world ruled by black people from Africa. What do you think will happen? Anything that comes outside will be slaughtered. The head will be cut off immediately. We are savages now. Black people are savages of the worst kind. That was why God gave white people the grace, the Caucasian race. The black race was created before Homo sapiens, before Homo erectus, and then the Neanderthals. Black people started talking before white people, Caucasians, started to speak, to formulate word and language. But God looked at the wickedness of a black man and said, no, these people are evil. For that I am going to curse them and I'm going to punish them. That is why, without exception, be it the Aborigines in Australia, everywhere you go around the world, dark-skinned people, black people are suffering. Because we are wicked. When you have the likes of Obasanjo, when you have the likes of people that claim they went to school, they see the truth and they turn that truth upside down. What do you expect God to do? All of you were there. Nobody, not even comments, are asking them. But Nnamdi Kanu was in his house when you came on the 14th of September to kill him. Which court gave you the order to go to his house to kill him? They can never answer. Mad, stupid people produce. And let me tell you something. There is a Chinese missile that is out of control in space. A stray Chinese missile raises terror as it is expected to fall back to the ground between the next Saturday, from tomorrow until Monday. And the location where it's going to fall, nobody knows. I have been fasting and praying to God to let this missile fall on Asorok. That is a rogue Chinese missile that went crazy. It has lost control and is falling back to Earth. The Earth's gravitational forces is pulling it down to Earth. And I am praying to God, and everybody should pray and fast, that this out of control Chinese missile should fall on Asorok. Some of you don't know that black people are condemned by God himself. Another condemnation is the presence of Fulani Janjaweed in your lives. Everything I tell you is the truth. By the time you realize what Britain did to you by putting you and Fulani people together to be too late. Because all of you, most of you will be in your graves. By then, they would have killed all of you. Those people talk about the world about genocide and pogrom and whatever, the Nazi and all the rest of them. I am telling you that Fulani is worse than than Hitler's Nazi party. Fulani is worse than Hitler. You see some of them, they come out and they try to speak English. Hey, he's this thing. That's how the trouble started in Rwanda. In all this was rubbish. Fulani is evil, beyond evil. By the time all of you Zoo morons realize it, it will be very, very late. Very, very late. Out of control Chinese missile in the sky. Please fall on Asorok. We are begging you. Fall on that very place, so that Yusuf Abubakar Muhammad will understand what he has done to himself. I believe in an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a bone for a bone, a life for a life. That was how we got to where we are today. That's a quote by Jenny Han, which I tweeted this very morning. The Fulani have taken over the political terrain of Nigeria. They have run the economy to the ground that now they are printing money every blessed day. You people, you don't know what you're in for. By the time Fulani is done with you, in your next life, if you have not land only, you disappear. I'm telling you the truth. They are now printing money. They have destroyed the economy. And when you speak, they arrest you as they try to arrest Father Mbaka. There was something Father Mbaka said that is very, very pivotal that people don't understand. The first 24 hours of anybody being kidnapped is very, very critical. Father Mbaka opened his mouth and said, if not for what people in Enugu did when he was declared missing, that he doesn't know what would have become of him. Our problem is, you see, DSS, we must eliminate them. Army, we must eliminate them. Police, we must eliminate them in our land. We have vigilantes, we have people everywhere. We can guard our own land. Before the white man came, we had no police, we had no army. There was no war. Nobody was stealing anybody's goods. We are the only people in the history of man that had no army, no police. Everybody behaved themselves. Are you following me? We don't need DSS in our land. We don't need the army. If you allow them, they'll keep kidnapping people. They keep abducting people. They keep taking our students. That is something you don't understand. Anyway, let me stop complaining, because we are, after all, we are black. Listening is not one of our strongest points, is it really? This UG. Biafra land is going to be free from terrorism. And I'm asking whoever is the commandant of the barracks near Lopa, where you are holding those students, you must release them and let no harm come to them. Let no harm come to them. Abaribe still shorty to court and defeated the Nigerian government. Gave them simple facts and figures. I stood shorty for Nnamdi Kanu, yes. But what were you doing in his house, killing people? They all ran away from the court. Yet a whole deputy speaker has the guts to come up to be talking rubbish. And you're telling me that black people are normal. They are not. Our lines are now open, please. Our lines are now open. You know the number to call. Please try and republish. Mr. Man, try and republish the number for people to call, please. We are going to get us on Signal this very morning. And you're also going to be able to get us on WhatsApp as well. Signal and WhatsApp. People are calling already. If you call us now, we are going to take your call. I have a caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please.
Hello, Hamadike.
Yes, please. Your name and where you're calling from? Good morning.
My name is Nnamdi.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Indonesia.
Indonesia, go ahead, please. Very briefly, go ahead. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, go ahead.
Yeah. Hamadike, there is something I want to talk about. Please, don't misunderstand me. Don't misunderstand me, please.
I'll try not to.
This thing has been eating me. Whenever I even listening to you, I'm not only listening to your words, but I'm listening to your anger. And that anger himself, that anger you are feeling, I feel it times 100 in me about those governors. Look, they are killing our boys, they are killing our men. And when they finish killing those men, who will be there to defend our land again? They are helping the fool and they are foolish. Those people, they are blind. So we need to teach one of them a lesson. I don't know what we need to, even though 10 people sacrifice 10 people for one person's head, it's okay.
Yes, I'm listening. We're all listening. What you're saying is correct.
Even though sacrifice even 5-10 people in one person, like that whole post of the woman, he's just claiming, he's just feeling pompous that he can do anything he wants, So let us do something on this man. Let us do something on them, because our people are dying. People are dying. Look at, there is my brother from this thing sent me a message, say that there is one trailer brought Fulani,
yes,
and all of them drop Fulani between that what did he call the roundabout Enugu to Aba or what? I've not been there before. He said they dropped all of them around inside bush.
Of course, yes. Yes, of course.
He said they dropped all them inside bush.
Yes.
So those people, and they are recruiting Fulanis in the north. They're recruiting them.
Abuja is about to fall. They're entering into. You didn't read the headline? Abuja school shut down as truckload of bandits arrive in border town. God is going to destroy the zoo in such a way, as I told them. If you have not gotten, anyway, you're in Indonesia. If you have not gotten your Somalia passport, please, visa, you might as well go and apply now. Because as I told them, anyway, in fact, the zoo is, Somalia is even better than Nigeria. Go and check the index now. Go and check the index. Go and check it now. Is Somalia not better than the zoo? It is better than the zoo.
I'm telling you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear brother, for calling. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. The caller on the line, can you hear me? I have a caller on the line. Please, your name and where you're calling from, if you know.
Hi, Mazi, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Ezemozoko. I am from Enugu State. I'm calling you from Germany, sir.
From Germany, please go ahead. We're listening.
Thank you very much, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, you don't know how happy you have made me this morning for picking this very call. It has been a long time. But that is not what I am going to say here. For the first time you are picking this call, I want to appreciate you for being who you are today, teaching us to know what consistency means, and teaching us to know our right from our left. What I am here to suggest is this. You have done, I think, right now what I'm just suggesting. You have done the 95% of the work needed to restore Biafra. And our people know. Everybody know. And our people have gotten this very message right. I want to suggest to you that I know very well that you knew that we here in the diaspora, we are in millions. You are aware and you know. And you know that we got your back. So what I am saying in essence is this. If these governors who are ruling us don't want us to be free, or if they think that they have those who they buy with their money to come out and stay in the sun to vote for them, everybody know that they bought all those people. If they think that they are having more people than you control, than we the people want to be free on our own, then let us allow referendum date. Let them come out openly and settle this. Or if they refuse to settle this, I think everybody is hearing what I'm saying, and you have been saying this. We are not answerable to them. They are not our leader. We don't know them. These people are imposed on us. They are imposed on us. We did not vote them. I am saying this now. I know you have been saying this. But what I am saying here is this. Let them allow us to decide where we belong or where we want to belong. They are not our fathers. God did not create them and name them our governor. It was Funanis. It is their plan to keep us down, keep us bringing our goods from Lagos to Anambra, from Lagos to Enugu. Somebody who imports container from Germany here will rescue it only in Lagos. Thank you, sir. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you, my dear brother. And everything you have said has been taken on board and will be acted upon as quickly as possible. I have a caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Hello, Mazi. Good morning.
Good morning to you, please. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Samuel Walker. I'm calling from Germany.
From Germany again. Please go ahead. We are listening. The world is listening to you. Go ahead.
Yes, Mazi, because please, I don't know how it is. We are going to, I think Biafran land, we need to, ESN need to come to the border. The time is getting, these people are stopping and they bringing the agenda into our land and they be killing us. This border, see how we need to be bombing that their trailers. That anything they come to Biafran land, we need to destroy it. So please, I don't know how it is. It's taking a long time. I know you are trying everything and do everything possible. But by now, I think we are going to secure our borders. It's getting too late.
What you're saying is correct, and we are doing everything we can to make that possible. And we are also speaking to our partners, I'm not going to name the place, to make sure that our borders are tightened up. And I must be very frank, you know, I'm a very frank person. I like what our Yoruba brothers and sisters have been doing so far, but they are not moving fast enough. They are not moving fast enough. I believe that any day our people, our brethren, our brothers and sisters in the Oduduwa Republic agitation movement begin to do 10% of what we are doing right now, the zoo is gone. You understand? Because what we need to do is to open a front also in the West. They must understand this very, very critically. This zoo army cannot be stressed in 3 dimensions. It's not possible. It is not possible. They should stop listening to their old idiots like Obasanjo and Tinubu and rise up unless they want to remain slaves forever and ever. They must do what we are doing. What ESN is doing in the East, there has to be a group that will do something in the West. And the zoo is gone. Yes. And then we'll go to our borders and defend it. And if the Middle Belt want to be part of what we are doing, they should also raise their men as well to come out and do it. If Fulani slaps you or one cheek, you turn the other side, he will cut off your head. He will not even slap you, he will behead you. That's something that these people must understand.
Old mentality. We don't have that mentality anymore. Bible teaches us turn New Testament.
You cannot turn the other cheek. The problem we are having right now, the problem we have right now is that my Oduduwa brethren, they are very, very slow. They are too slow. You don't wait for everybody to come at the same time. Those who are more radical, those who are more militant, you go into the bush immediately and begin to harass these people. That's how the whole thing comes to an end. You will see that Fulani will capitulate overnight. If you keep listening, 2023 is our turn, insecurity. Fulani will kill all of you before you know it. Because many more fighters are coming in from the Sahel. Thank you very much for that. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are.
Yes, good morning, Mazi. Of Biafra land again. I greet you, Biafrans all over the world. My name is Onyedikachi Ejase. I am from Orumba province, Biafra land. And I lived in Germany for 7 years, 8 months now in Switzerland. And you're suffering everywhere in the world. Mazi, let me not take your time. Mazi, it is time for we to block our exit. All our exit to these people to come into Biafra, and we'll block all this our exit. It is time for full blown war. Let us do this thing once and for all, Mazi. We are dying every day. The more time we are wasting, more time these people are planning, bringing new strategies. Mazi, we have men. Mazi, men are ready to burn this wood down, Mazi. If we appear for complete remote. We can't have these people sucking our oil and use the same our money for our oil to fight us in our land. Mazi, because may God bless you, Mazi.
And bless you too. Thank you very much. We are going to do all we can to stop it. You know that Obama's advisor is the lead consultant for Fulani Caliphate in Washington, D.C. His name is David Axelrod. He used to work for Obama. In other words, Obama is in support of the Fulani mayhem and carnage going on in the zoo because he is an Islamic extremist. Obama is an Islamic extremist. If not, he would not have allowed David Axelrod, his trusted close advisor, to be taking money that belongs to the people of the zoo to be lobbying for the Fulani Caliphate in Washington, D.C. People must understand this very, very carefully. Thank you very much, my dear brother, for your call. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hello. My name is Ebu. I am Yoruba.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay.
And where are you calling from? You are Yoruba, but where are you calling from?
You have from Europe.
From Europe, go ahead, please.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Where are you calling from? Where you are calling from? Where are you phoning us from? You're in Europe, is that correct?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
But I'm Yoruba.
You're Yoruba, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. I have been trying to reach you. I listened to your last, which was 2 days ago, I think it was. I listened to your last lecture online.
Yes.
And you were able, or a couple of days ago, you were able to trace the origin of the evils.
Yes.
And I actually expected you to be able to trace the origin of the Fulanis. The Fulanis are from the Middle East. They are the children of Edom. They've been supported by Saudi Arabia. It's not because they have money they are giving them.
Yes.
I was enlightened by this by an Ethiopian woman. You know the Ethiopians.
Yes.
I always look at them that they are proud. They don't want to be called Africans. And in my foolishness, I was like saying maybe they have Arab roots, and she corrected me. She was the one that put it in my mind to start with my research.
Yes.
She told me that it was an insult to her for me to say she has Arab roots. Arabs are the children of Edomites, not all of them. It was the Edomites that brought together. Even if you read Psalm chapter 60 and Psalm chapter 83, it is there. The enemies of the Jews, the enemies of the Israelites. Look at Islam. Go and look at the origin of Islam. You will know that it was the Edomites that combined all the gods, all the moon gods of the Middle East, about 350 of them, and gave it one name. If you go online, Sam Shamoun, he did a thorough explanation referring to Muslim books. Sam Shamoun, Islam is Baal worship. So the Fulanis are not Africans. They are not originally from Fulani. They are from the Middle East. They are the children of Edom. Now, I went on archive.org. I looked into the books there, and unfortunately, many of the books I should have downloaded, online books, you don't find them anymore, because anywhere they are, any torturing people in their country, they cover up. They don't want the thing to go out. The thing they are doing with us now with our constitution, that nobody else is allowed to own gun, only the federal government. Now they are distributing to terrorists. I don't believe we have a government. I believe we are being ruled from Saudi Arabia. They are bringing in terrorists, and Saudi Arabia is the one that wants to Islamize us. Saudi Arabia is always behind terrorism. Not only Saudi Arabia, you have other places too. So if you would be able to tell the people about the Fulanis, they are not Africans. They are from the Middle East. They are the children of Edom. There is a book still online. I hope they won't take it off now that if I mention it. Who is Edom? Who is Esau? Edom, written by Andrew Weissman. You will know who they are. Their mission in life is to eradicate Christianity and to destroy the Jews. That is their mission in life, because they are still whining about the firstborn right. They want to eradicate the Jews and destroy Christianity and bring in one world religion, which is going to be Luciferianism. Islam is Luciferianism. This is what their mission is. They want to take off Jesus and replace him by Muhammad, take off the Bible and replace it by the Kanzaragba, which they now call Quran. It is Kanzaragba, book of incantations. You will still find some incantations in the book. Okay? And they want to replace Yahweh with Allah. Allah is the moon idol. Go look at it. Sam Shamun. Islam is Baal worship. Thank you very much, my brother.
And thank you for enlightenment. As you were talking, I was listening to you because I have the capacity and capability to multitask. As you were speaking very eloquently and eruditely, I was also busy trying to research some of the things that you were saying, and I can confirm categorically that some of the assertions you have brought up this very morning can be corroborated, of course, with scholarly works done by people that I have been able to look at. They have two origins, as with most people. They settled in Senegal. They are not indigenous to Africa. You are absolutely correct, 100% correct. These are the lowest of the low, the children of Lucifer that came from somewhere around the Levant. I don't call it the Middle East, I call it the Levant region because that is the proper name. They came from there. I don't know what they were running from or what was pursuing them, but they find solace at the foothills of the Futajalon where the vultures were gathered. And today they are behaving like vultures. And we must get rid of them. Thank you very much for calling us this very morning. I thank you for your call. I have another caller on the line. This caller, I don't know where you're calling us from, but give us your name and where you are, please, if you may. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Omelihun Nnadi. My name is Omelihun Nnadi. I'm calling from Iguacha.
From Iguacha, the land of the little Hitler that thinks that he has arrived.
Yes.
Okay.
Joking.
You shall see.
In fact, I am so happy. After the zoo, when they kidnapped you, this is the first time I was talking to you after the zoo kidnapped you from Nigeria, from the zoo Republic of Nigeria.
Yes.
So we are happy, we are delighted. In fact, my family, we have been following you. Sir, God will bless you.
Yes, sir.
I'm not afraid of any person, be it man or woman. In fact, in this land today, Nigeria themselves, the zoo knew that you have opened their eye. What you promised them that Somalia will be better than Nigeria today is in the history. We can tell anyone that Somalia is not better than Nigeria. All the zoo knew how to do is to kidnap. But kidnapping our students, I am from Abia State. Kidnapping our students cannot help the matter. Nigeria has been totally destroyed. So we are behind you. We are behind you. No enemy, no force will hinder what the Lord has destined for us. Biafra must come. My father told me something in the past. Before my father died, he told me categorically that even if he is not alive, that we should not allow Biafra to die. He told me before he died. And then somebody now telling me that it is not achievable. Why won't we in this our generation achieve Biafra? We must surely achieve it. Sir, any day you want to declare Biafra, I personally will stand behind you. Come what may. Just that there are some things I don't want to discuss. I'm a media director. I have my page running. Sir, we are behind you.
Thank you.
Are behind you, and there is no going back.
At all.
We must achieve our. This is what God. Biafra is older than Nigeria. We must achieve it.
Older than Britain. Biafra is older than Britain itself. It's a land of the oceans.
In fact, they are tired. They are tired. They can do nothing. They cannot hinder our country. Our country has been a disease, so we must have it. It's our land. Fulani, all this gender, they cannot come and take our land. It's not possible. I cannot allow. In fact, the last time, if not for security, the last time I went home, these people came to my village. In fact, I sent some of the picture on WhatsApp the other time. Jordan, you did not follow it up. They came to our village. We know what we did to them. I may not disclose it on air, but we treated them well. We caught them in the middle of the night, around 11, 12 in the midnight. Our youth, I asked them to come out. Boys came out with their arms. And then we entered into the forest and fished them out. Even before all this Eastern Security Network, around the end of last year, we did all those things. They cannot come to my village. I'm from Vose. They cannot come and go free. We don't tolerate nonsense. We don't. So we caught them, we treated them well. And then if others can hear what we did to them, those people cannot come. I assure you. So, sir, we are with you.
Thank you.
No second.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for that. I have another caller on the line. I don't know if this caller can hear me, please. Your name and where you are.
It's me. My name is Sophia Mazi. Thank you for answering my call. God bless you, Mazi. Long life. And we are with you, Mazi. All dress is sir. Sir, let me not take your time because I always call. You know, I know people, they don't call. They just keep quiet. Fulani is near, it's very close to Auchi, sir. From Niger to Auchi, I don't know, it's 300 naira. Somebody called me day before yesterday. 300 naira from Niger to Auchi, 300 naira. They give the Islamists before. This time, we just colonize them, other 2 hours, all of them. Sir, please, why I call you today is that we want you to tell us. We want you to declare Biafra, sir, on air, please, because we don't want to die for that useless flag again. We don't want our people to die for that useless flag. If we are going to start the revolution now, we will raise up our, even if we don't raise up the flag first, because we killed the useless Hitler. He said if they raise up Biafra flag, there's somebody to come and set the DSS, so that they will pay them 30,000, they will kill the person. So we will not raise the flag, sir. Sir, don't play Biafra, please, so that we will close our border, all our borders, so that we will know what we are fighting for. You understand? So that our people will not go and raise that useless Nigeria flag, that blood split flag. We don't want it, sir. Please, that is my own contribution. We don't want you to just tell us. We are all of us, we are Biafra, we know everything. But we want to start. But we don't want to start for one Nigeria anymore. Because you see what happened in Lekki. They keep there when they are raising the Nigeria flag. It's a useless flag. Sir, please, that is my own contribution. Please, I'm not, sir, you are my leader. So this is my own opinion. Because this governor, they will kill all of us. So they will just kill all of us. Because they are there. They are saying they are Hitler. They are the governor. So as our brother said, we can kill them. It's very easy. We will kill them. You see, when answers, in the answers, all of them were confused. Because everybody were in the street. Even our own women, our men, they were in the street. All of them were confused. They were running around, sir. Please, we don't want to die for Nigeria flag because the zoo flag is useless. It's a killer flag, sir. Our women, they are suffering. In Libya, they are telling them. Let us fight and know what we fight for, sir. Please, that's my own contribution. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I have heard what you've said, and we shall, of course, take it on board. Thank you very, very much for that. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good morning to you. I am trying to get you on speakerphone if they will let me. If they will let me. Yes, please. Go ahead, your name and where you're calling from.
I am calling from Imo State, Imo State, the Zoo Republic.
Hold on. Imo State is in Biafra land. Please go ahead. What is happening in Olu?
Yeah.
Tell us what is happening in Olu today.
Yeah, Olu since yesterday around 5:40 p.m. in evening. We have a very big challenge. It started in the morning. The zoo soldiers are patrolling from morning with their armored tankers, disturbing people's business, shooting guns everywhere without any notice.
This is Nigerian army in Olu, shooting at people, patrolling. No, all the Fulefus will not hear or see it. All the Fulefus all over the world, they will not hear it. I want the British High Commissioner to understand it. I want the US Ambassador to understand this. What they're doing in Olu. Please go ahead.
They are shooting guns right from the building materials in Olu, then drop one tanker there, one armored tanker there in Banana Junction, then drop.
What is happening to your line? Oh dear me.
They are shooting at people.
Go ahead. Oh no. Oh no. Please try and come back. The caller on the line, can you hear me? I have a caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on the line, can you hear me? There is this caller on signal. I don't know why I'm not saying anything from the UK, ending 2808. Can you hear me? No, they cannot hear me. The calls are plentiful. Very, very, it's just too much. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Your name, please turn down your system. If I hear my voice again, then I will cut you off. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Nnamdi, and actually I'm calling from India.
From India, please go ahead.
Yeah, there was a day you were making a broadcast concerning about the Muslim people, but most people don't know about the Muslim people and the things they have already invented in this life.
Sorry?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, what did you say?
I said there was a day you were making a broadcast concerning about the Islam, their invention about the algebra and the ice cream.
Yes, of course, Islam, yes.
Yes. I just want to also let some people to know that the invention of helicopter was the diagram was first of all found in Egypt.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And secondly, I just want to thank you so much for your good works and every other thing you have in our life to make sure that Biafra is restored fully as a supreme nation. And also want to thank you so much for the life that God has already given to you, and He will keep on giving you more life and more strength in whatever you are doing to make sure that the nation is being restored.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And something came up very seriously that I need to attend to, and unfortunately we are not able to continue with this broadcast this morning. Something came up that I must attend to very, very urgently. It is a very urgent situation and we must attend to it right now, immediately. Please, you must bear with me. Something came up, we're attending to it. It is a very... The number is +447761 825 346. If you call us on that very line, we are going to be able to take your call. It is very, very important that you try and call us this very morning to air your views and opinions, and of course to ask very serious questions, because before I came on air, I came across a very, of course, distasteful and idiotic publication as usual. And normally I wouldn't respond to idiots, but I want to use this opportunity this very morning to respond to, should I say, to the very foolish publication by Vanguard newspaper. I would have thought that by now they would have learned their lessons, but of course not. It is the Zoological Republic. They are doing all they can to try to suppress this very glorious, noble effort we are making to restore the kingdom of heaven upon the face of this very earth. Because this has been making the rounds, I think, since yesterday or 2 days ago. A very idiotic and, should I say, I wouldn't call it malicious because it has no
significant effect upon what we are doing. A very hopeless attempt by DSS to try to change that which is right into what is wrong. The only reason why I am mentioning this today is because Vanguard newspaper had the temerity to publish it. It is called Change of IPOB's Registration Status. The headline reads, Change of IPOB's Registration Status vindicates our opposition group. And they are telling our people to disassociate themselves from IPOB, which is laughable, of course. These are people working for APC, working for the Zoological Republic, a non-existent group. I don't know how the zoo can take lying and deception to this new inglorious level. A group that doesn't exist. We have searched and searched for those they claim are their spokespersons, and they do not exist. They are called the Coalition of Southeast Professionals Network in Nigeria and Diaspora, a group created by DSS. They sent one idiot to go and do a video full of lies. And somebody even had the audacity to send such nonsense to me. And to my shock, horror, and surprise, even Vanguard newspaper of all people published this junk. Brown envelope journalism taken too far. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. The idiot did a video. Those of them now recruited and working for MI5 in conjunction with DSS in the zoo. They came out to publish junk, or should I say to announce rubbish, that the status of IPOB was changed in the USA. That is what some idiots, all of these fools fathered by Fulani Janjaweed before, during, or after the war, or maybe their parents. They don't know who we are, that we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why if you are in IPOB and you have any blemish, once you are of a suspicious disposition, the devil will go into you and you will leave IPOB. We don't search you, you will run away from IPOB. And you one day saw very clean and neat, unblemished, untouchable. They have sought ways to try to diminish what we are doing. They have not succeeded. They have recruited AFP. People, they paid money to AFP through one idiot that calls himself Tijani, that works for APC and Buratai, to be writing junk, and AFP will be publishing such rubbish because they need money. That is what they're using your money to do in the zoo, to try to deceive the world about what is actually happening in the damnable Zoological Republic. But we are aware of their tricks, and we are doing all we can to counter them at every point. The disappointing thing today is that a whole Vanguard newspaper published such junk, unverified news, brown envelope journalism. That is why Nigerians are blind. That is why the animals in the zoo cannot see properly. That is why their lives are idiotic and useless to the core, because of the brand of journalism that they practice. They think they can deceive people by lying. Here, we expose your lies and we destroy it. All of you working for the zoo, under your new Nigeria, under your constitutional or whatever force measure, that rubbish, it's never ever going to work. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Because the Janjaweed are in control of your lives. You want to bring such nonsense to us? I have a few questions to ask Vanguard newspaper this morning. Because Vanguard newspaper published this junk, and I want to ask them a very simple question. Because it is through cross-examination in a court of law that you determine those who are lying and those who are telling the truth. It is very, very sad indeed that after even all these years of education and enlightenment, black people, especially in the zoo, continue to behave like the wild beasts and animals that they are. Very, very sad indeed. A journalist, you sat down in your office in Lagos, doing nothing. Somebody brought you a piece of junk with perhaps 4,850 naira in a brown envelope. And you published such junk without even the benefit of going to ordinary Google to ask if what they're saying is correct or not. One idiot somewhere very close to a poultry in Suleja did a video and was circulating. Vanguard saw it fit to publish such rubbish through a group called CCPND that doesn't exist. People know that this very group doesn't exist, yet people are there reading and digesting what is pure rubbish. I don't know what is wrong with black people. I don't know who did this to you. How gossip and rubbish attract your attention so much. Very, very sad indeed. Out of this very junk, because if you write good things about us, we talk about it. You write bad things about us, we also talk about it, to present some semblance of balance, that the world may know who the liars and the deceivers are. Change of IPOB's registration status vindicates our position. I'm going to open the line very, very shortly. Please do bear with me. I want to deal with this very issue once and for all. A non-existent group. The journalist that wrote this rubbish for Vanguard, his name is Joseph Erunke, whatever garbage that name means. Joseph Erunke, E-R-U-N-K-E. He is writing on behalf of the Coalition of Southeast Professionals Network in Nigeria and Diaspora, a group created by DSS, the Nigeria Secret Police. They don't do anything in their useless lives. It's only to be abducting innocent people, looking for those that must have said something against their useless, idiotic, Fulani Janjaweed presidency. They cannot stop terrorists. They cannot stop the subversion and sabotage of the zoo economy, which is what they were set up to do. All they do is to be going about arresting innocent people, and they claim their intelligence agency. That's all they do. And at their spare time, all they do is to create and fabricate groups that do not exist. That is why the life of a black person is full of lies and deception. Very, very sad indeed. A group that doesn't exist. Vanguard hasn't even asked DSS, please, can you tell us who is in charge of this group? As any sensible, decent journalist will do. They will not do it. It's to sit down in their office, accept a brown envelope and start to publish rubbish. They said they're commending Buhari also on development of the region. I'm sure that some of you must have seen the news about the narrow gauge. Do you know what the narrow gauge red line is? Some of you are celebrating, saying you celebrate Amechi. From Abuja to Lagos, Lagos to Sokoto, they all use broad gauge. Some of you, I don't know the type of school that you went to. It is a thing of shame, to be honest with you. That some of you don't even know the difference between a narrow gauge and a broad gauge in railway. Very, very sad indeed. They said they're going to rehabilitate your railway. Rehabilitation, not construct a new broad gauge, but a narrow gauge, the same that Britain used to move our produce to the seaport in Iguacha before shipping it abroad. I do not know what is wrong with some of you. Honestly speaking, I have no idea what is wrong with some of you. But here we are going to educate you until you become enlightened, even if we have to do it by force. This very group that doesn't exist, created by the Nigerian government, to attack IPOB and to attack the entire Biafran agenda and, of course, my good self. They said that I changed the status of IPOB in England, that I changed it, and that I put my name and that of my wife on the registration of IPOB in the United Kingdom. Something that is a blatant lie. A blatant lie. Deception. Peddled by idiots working for the zoo, hoping for a new Nigeria. They are working in collaboration with those of them who are deceivers and liars, telling you about a new Nigeria. Through Biafra agitation, you get a new Nigeria. There are mad people everywhere, lunatics everywhere. This is maybe. They claim that Kanu changed the documentation of IPOB as a business organization based in London and owned by himself and the wife. Vanguard could not bother to just Google Company's House, United Kingdom. Every business registration in England is registered with Company's House in Cardiff, Wales. Every business registration. A whole Vanguard newspaper could not go to type in to find out if this stupid nonsense from DSS is true or not. They couldn't do it. Because they know we are growing stronger. They know we are waxing all over the world. They know that ESN has come to stay. They know that our people in the diaspora, they are funding ESN. They know, understand it very well. They want to get into your heart. They know as an Igbo man, some of you are very stupid and idiotic. Once they talk about money and business, all your antennas will rise up. Without asking them, please, can you show us proof? Where is this registration you are talking about entered into? You claim it's in England. Then show us the proof. Anybody this morning can go to Companies House, UK. Go to Google, type in Companies House, UK. Search for IPOB and search for the directors of all the registered IPOB concern you have. IPOB is a community interest group. It is not a business. Nobody registered anything. Neither myself nor my wife, nobody. They said it's on the 16th of January. I challenge anybody to go. Look at how DSS, as stupid as they are, look at how they are lying like little children. Little alabajiri children who are full of lies and they are takia. They think they can deceive people. You don't know I'm alive, you cannot deceive people. You cannot. Mbappe said, you cannot, you see a rat in the house cannot steal something from somebody who is awake, only if you're sleeping. You bring all this your stupid, idiotic lies and you want people to believe you. A group that doesn't exist. Nobody has ever asked the question, who is the leader of the, why don't they grant live interview? I am live and direct and the whole world is listening. A fake group. Designed by DSS and given to some of you claiming you're fighting for Biafra. Some of you being deceived by MI5. Some of you idiots that have only power and glory and money making at heart. You are not freedom fighters and can never be. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Because as a freedom fighter, you are called to serve your people. You don't arrogate that very position to yourself. All of you using Biafra to be working for MI5, using Biafra to be working for the zoo, all of you will be disgraced comprehensively and totally. I'm telling you, and you will all die a very shameful and miserable death. All of you peddling this junk, that some of you are even so idiotic, one fool actually sent it to me. Is it true? Can't you go to Google and Google UK Companies House and go to IPOB and see those who are registered there or not, and see if the name of my wife is there or not? That is why Africa is backwards. People don't even do common research. Common research to go and find out if an allegation is true or false. Common is just be peddling it because you're very lazy mentally and physically. That's why you are poor and wretched. That's why Africa is backwards, and that's what we are fighting very, very hard to reverse. They claim that Kanu changed the documentation so that when Biafrans will hear it all over, hey, Chimo, he changed it. Oh, Unanopa, have you heard it? I will no longer contribute. All they are trying to do is to stop the funding of ESN. That's what they're looking for. If you don't, let me tell you. They know that some of you are very stupid and hopeless. Once you listen to gossip, your life, your brain will enter into overdrive. They know how to get you. Look at how Fulani Janjaweed are playing with your brain cells. So you will stop funding IPOB. The idiot that looks like somebody who hasn't been employed since graduation are saying, I have now given up. I'm no longer going to do this. I'm now going to work with a group that is working with the Nigerian government. Can you believe such rubbish? And Vanguard newspaper had the temerity to publish such junk. They are part and parcel of the problem in the zoo. The quality, or should I say lack of decent journalists in the zoo is part of the problem bedeviling that damnable zoological republic. No wonder white people see black people as natural liars and deceivers. The whole newspaper publishing not only falsehood from a group that doesn't exist, a group that do not exist. because they were formed by DSS, given to Vanguard newspaper to publish, and they've been giving money to them. You give money to a journalist in Nigeria, they'll publish anything for you. But unfortunately for them, they never knew that I would respond to this. But I will. All they're trying to do is to stop the funding. I maintain that we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why Elohim is with us. That is why anything we say comes to pass. Because God Almighty in heaven can see the hearts of men. Once you're honorable, anything you say will come to pass. That is how you know. By these signs you shall know them. When they say something and it comes to pass, you know that you are on the right path. Well, there's only one thing that I've said that hasn't happened yet. Of course, it happened somehow last year, where we won the full manifestation of it, which is the coming of Biafra, or the declaration of the Biafran Republic. Everything else I've said has come to pass. Hasn't it? Who have I caused that is not dead? I ask you. Apart from the hotelier, I told him that a vulture will eat his flesh. With the hotel builder, you vultures will eat it. That I'm saying it live on air so you understand me. The day it will happen, I will tell you I told you so. I will make reference to this very broadcast. Vulture will eat the hotelier's body. These idiots in their pipeline security with their BBC connivance, they think they can come and deceive us again. Of course, they are lying and they are joking. We are doing our freedom fighting in a very special way, not the way that black people normally do it, because you people don't have the liver or the stomach to fight. You're looking for your daily bread. Even when you have a car, you want a bigger car. That is not freedom fighting. Gossiping cannot give you freedom or make you become like us or make you as famous as we are or make you as relevant as we are or make our people to listen to you. They can never listen to you. It's impossible because our people are reasonable enough to understand those who are fighting for them in truth and in every honesty. People ask us our secret and we'll tell them it's only one thing. Biafrans only love one thing in their life, which is the truth. They themselves may not be perfect, but they want to hear the truth from you. Once you tell them the truth and they see that you're consistent, they will follow you. And that is what DSS, by creating this useless group, is trying to should I say, to frustrate. That's what they're trying to do. To make you to go off, to make you to begin to think otherwise, whereas the group doesn't exist. And the news they're peddling is falsehood, blatant falsehood. You have Google on your smartphone, on your iPad, or your computer. Go and Google it and see if my wife's name is on any company in the UK, unless they have registered it on the. And if they do, of course, they will take them to court in the UK. Let them try it now. They understand that very well. Look at how they're playing with your brains, all of you. Very, very sad indeed. So I am placing a warning to the publisher, not to the editor, to the publisher of Vanguard newspaper, that such journalism is responsible for what is happening in the zoo today. They too are complicit, not just Fulani Janjaweedism, but the quality of journalism in Nigeria is lamentable. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. Reacting to this in a statement, the coalition called on well-meaning Igbo sons and daughters to pull out of the group because they know that we are formidable. They know that IPOB is very strong. They will tell you this Igbo. They know that IPOB is everywhere. I've been holding meetings with every relevant stakeholder in the southern part of Biafra and in our coastal region. You see the effort they are making with their BBC to narrow our agitation, to make it Igbo. They know that we are everywhere. I keep holding meetings with important people, with youth groups right across the length and breadth of Biafra land, even into the so-called middle belt. They don't know this. They don't know that we are in control. They have no idea. They try to narrow down to Igbo this, Igbo that. When that fails, they now come up with their lies. Nnamdi Kanu already start something with his wife, which is a lie. Can't you listening to this rubbish, can't you go into Google and Google something and find out? I told them that they will come with every trick in the book. And we are going to defeat all of them. Every trick in the book, they will come with it. We are going to defeat all of them. I'm telling you the truth. People are calling and we must go to them this morning because this was meant to be an interactive session. But I had to deal with the lies and the gossip and maybe they saw the pictures that was released of me. Some of them are even trying to look like me. Some of them are now keeping their beard, their lower beard. They try to maybe dye it a bit of white so it can look like my own. So they can look. People as ugly as Satan himself. They want to appear somehow decent because they have seen my photos on social media. They want to look. Maybe they think if they look handsome, somehow people will start following them. If you're ugly both inside and out. I am 53 years old. But I'm sure I don't look it because Elohim can see that my heart is pure and genuine. Nobody loves their people more than I do. Nobody can love Biafrans, of course, apart from God in heaven. No human being can. Nor sacrifice what we have sacrificed to ensure that Biafra land is set free. Nobody can. They cannot do it. If you buy them one Cherokee Jeep 4x4, they capitulate, float one contract, you come and guide the pipeline for me, they start falling over themselves. We are unbuyable, unbribable. I remember many years ago I told Biafrans in the US, you will fund this struggle if you like it or not, you will fund it. You people will pay for it. That is the reason why Elohim sent you to USA. Not to go and better yourselves and your families, but to fund this for this very time that we are in. And as at the time, they have now started to respond. That is when DSS and some idiots working for the zoo, claiming they're fighting for Biafra, is now coming out to talk rubbish. Every Sabo will be defeated and disgraced. And finally, you'll be tried and you'll be hanged. There is no escaping from this very fact. It doesn't matter what you do. Even those that I don't talk to, those that I don't respond to, idiots everywhere talking rubbish. When we've never mentioned their names, they have seen ESN everywhere waxing very strong. They won't talk about it. They saw our sisters who were being raped. We've just released them. For them alone, we paid over 9 million. Nobody will talk about it. Nobody will come to IPOB and say, all this money you are spending to release people from Abuja, where are you getting it from? Nobody will ask that stupid question. Because they are idiots and they are fools. They abduct our people from Obibo, take them to Abuja, seconded them everywhere. We went to the army barracks to go and find them and to release them, take them to court and release them. We have spent over 26 million naira trying to free our people. 26 million. Tell me which other group of people has ever done that before. Both those who are not IPOB, we release everybody because all are Biafrans. You see why Chukwukika Biama love and bless us always. Because our heart is clean. As all those people released from detention, has any of them before been to an IPOB meeting? Most of them, no. They just set them on the streets and they took them. We released them. Paid a whole lot of money to release them. Money that belongs to IPOB family worldwide. Ask the hotelier, they give him money to run Biafra. He will be busy building hotels and hostels. That is why nobody takes him seriously. That is why nobody follows him anymore. That is why he's afraid. He thinks I will go after him. I'm not going to go after you. Elohim will kill you. You will die and vultures will eat your flesh. I can't go after you. Irrelevant. Idiots, I don't even mention their names. They'll be yapping rubbish every blessed day. Including the pig in the creek. Talking rubbish every blessed day. You have eaten your money and built your schools in Cotonou. So why are you bothered about freedom? You don't know that those that gave you that money, they understand you very well. How many times did they come to me? They offered me Biafra of Igbo territory alone, Southeast, and I said no. Because there are Igbo people everywhere. We are all Igbo people, if you like it or not. At the end of this very day, of course, you come to the very realization that what I'm saying is correct. I said no, I want the whole of Biafra. They gave me all their money in the world and I said no. Not once, not twice. I said no. They ran to my parents to go and bribe my parents and my parents said no. All you poverty-stricken idiots that think that by going into freedom fighting somehow you make money, you are mistaken. You are grossly mistaken. You don't know what you're in for. Believe you me. We are the children of light. Ihe Chineke. Umu Chineke. We answer that name for a reason. The children of the Most High. That is who we are. And that is why we are here. Our lines are open now, please. You may call us. If you call us, we will, of course, take your call. And some of you, I may even extend you the courtesy of having to return your calls. Please, one at a time, I beg of you. Some have been calling and calling and calling. Once I accept you, because it is signal, you need to be accepted. Once I accept you, then you can then call. You can call, please. Once I accept you, you can then call. I have a caller on the line, please. Give us your name and where you're calling from, and then ask me a very difficult question, please. If it is rumor or gossip, ask and I will answer you live and direct so that the whole world can hear.
Morning, sir. On the by Your Excellency, I am Evangelist Susan Kunwokike calling from Biafra land.
Thank you, guys.
Protect and keep you.
Yes, sir.
You will lead us to Biafra. Please, my simple question is about the fasting and prayer. Some people said it has started.
No, it hasn't.
So I want
it has not started yet.
Please.
When it starts, I will announce it live on air on this glorious platform that God Himself has made. I will announce it. We have not started.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I will be in Israel to announce it. And then we will start our fasting and prayers from there. Thank you very, very much. They wanted clarification. I don't know why our people sometimes do not pay attention, they do not listen. I don't understand the reason why. I have another caller on the line. This caller, can you hear me? Give us your name and where you're calling from, please. The caller on the line, can you hear me for the last time? Can you hear me? No. He is listening via his system. Perhaps he is joining us for the very first time and do not understand that once your call is taken, then you begin to speak. That was the reason why I had my secretary try to do not call again. If I accept your call and you do not speak immediately, then I will no longer take your call. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning, my leader from here. My name is Pastor Jack, and I'm calling from Lagos.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sir. I want to first of all appreciate you for your enormous work, and to continue to keep you until you lead us into Biafra. So my question this morning is, sir, also the Fulani administration in Imo State is becoming, in fact, it's not only becoming, it has become a problem to us. They are profiling our people and abducting our people. Is there not anything we are going to do to actually tell this Janjaweed slave that Imo State is Biafra land and we cannot run away from him, rather he will run away from us? And secondly, I want our people to continue to support ESN to get them more equipped, because
we don't beg anybody to support ESN. If you don't support them, Fulani will take over your land. Why are you begging? Why am I begging anybody to support? Why should you beg anybody to support? Is this some kind of charity that we are? No, don't support ESN now, and Fulani will take over your village. As simple as that. It's not a question of begging, and why should you beg anybody to defend his father's compound? Don't beg anybody, please. Regarding the idiots, the Fulani imposed administrator of Imo State, that very fool, that original 419er, that same person that George Obiozo took to Fulani Janjaweed to make him the governor of Imo State from number 4 to number 1. Very soon he will know that Imo belongs to Biafra, not to him. He will understand that. He will understand it very clearly. Now they are abducting. Vanguard won't write about it. No Z newspaper. BBC, they cannot go to investigate. No, because they are working for new colonialists. They understand what Biafra portends for the freedom of black people, not just in Africa, but the whole world. They know it. And they are fighting tooth and nail to try to stop this unstoppable movement. Hope most of them will pay very dearly. I am telling them now, they will pretend they've not heard anything. Any day will respond. You see every manner of idiot will rise up to speak. Now they are profiling and abducting people at all the entry points into Owerri. Nobody will say anything. That is the thing about black people, and that is why they are the lowest of the low in the whole world, because of their evil nature. When they see evil happening, they keep quiet. That was how slavery was sustained for centuries until England, of all people, said no to it by abolishing slavery. In fact, even some black people were upset that slavery was abolished. We have the mentality of such people still with us till this very day. Hope Uzodema will pay very dearly. I'm saying it live. This Dan, do not call. Once we call you and you don't pick your call, that is the end of you. That is the end of you. You can no longer call. You can no, I said no WhatsApp call. It's only on Signal. No WhatsApp call, please. Only on Signal. You can only call on Signal. No WhatsApp call, only on Signal. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, sir. My name is Wisdom and I'm calling from Umuahia.
Wisdom from Umuahia, please go ahead. What is your question?
I just want to thank you for the good work you are doing and what you have been doing for us. May Chukwu Kikabiyama bless you and continue to bless you.
You see?
What you went to do the time you went to Abuja to negotiate for.
To negotiate for what?
All right, you went to for restructuring so that the seaport will be opened in all these our coastal region. But our brothers, they don't understand this. They are deeply so. Even today, they increased the fuel, the price of fuel to 212 naira. We are really suffering in this country, and they don't know that we are suffering.
People don't know they are suffering because they prefer to live in denial and stupidity. Sometimes you stop blaming those in Abuja, you stop blaming the Fulani Janjaweed, and we start to blame ourselves. How did we get to this position? That is exactly the reason why I was admonishing Vanguard newspaper and all the journalists in the zoo. They are part and parcel of they do not enlighten and educate the people as to their rights and their privileges they should be enjoying as citizens of any country, anywhere in the world. They have failed very woefully, and that is why people are suffering. The same fuel that was at 86 naira, and the Fulani Janjaweed said Jonathan must go. It is 86 naira, it's too high. I will bring it down to 40 today. As you're saying, it is at 200 and something, 212 or thereabout. And then people are walking about as if nothing is wrong. That is the brain of a black person. That's what we're seeking to correct. That is the reason why black people are the lowest of the low. They are poor. They see something and they fail to act upon it immediately. This type of nonsense cannot happen in any white man's country. It's not possible. It can never. People will come out and protest. But in the zoo, they cannot protest. When they come out, the time we join their end side, they said, oh, Ipob has come to hijack. And we said we will not participate in the second one. Look, the second one only lasted for 45 minutes. And they ran them up. Because they don't have the mental toughness needed to propel a mass revolution. Only IPOB can. And they know it. I say it without apologies to them. Only IPOB can effect a revolution. No other group of people can. It's impossible. I'm not boasting, you know it's true. Go and try and see. That is why they are making every effort to try to subdue what we are doing by lying to everybody. Barefaced lies. And Vanguard was busy publishing such junk. Unbelievable. This person called Dan. I am going to block you. I took your call a while ago and you idiotically did not answer. The person on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are, if you may.
Good morning from here. Good afternoon from here. I'm calling from Malaysia. My name is Okafo Sadebe.
Okafo, go ahead. We are listening.
Yeah,
what's your question?
Yes, my leader. I want to ask you one simple question. When are we start the killing of all these wicked politicians in Igbo land? When are we start of killing them? Because once we chase them out, to get Biafra will be very easy for us. Them and their family members.
I think that a time and place will be appointed by Elohim, the God Almighty. It is not left to us. I think God is going to judge them. It is not up to me to judge, because I think the good book said you should not judge anyone that you may not be judged. I am not going to judge any of them. The same thing with terrorists. All we need to do is to present them before God, and then God will judge them. And very soon that is going to happen. God is going to judge them very soon, not us. Our job, as Putin said, is to make sure that we send them into the presence of God. All of them. They have been killing us. They are abducting us. All of them are now pretending, including BBC Igbo. All the fulefus, all the gangs of criminals, they are pretending they cannot see what Hopus Adema is doing. Everybody is pretending, or what Wike did. You know, people, they are all pretending. Do you think I'm going to forgive and forget? You must be insane. I can never forgive nor forget. Instead, we all sink. Let them keep abducting. You can see DSS abducting everywhere. The day now we rise up against DSS, people will not start the story from the beginning. They cut it from the middle. Now DSS is everywhere abducting. British government, they have kept quiet. Daily Trust, they cannot report it. Everybody is quiet. Now they are going, the man and the wife was abducted in Calabar. The wife went to work in their shop yesterday. She was taken from them. Everybody is quiet. DSS abducting innocent. They cannot abduct bandits. They cannot abduct Boko Haram. They cannot abduct all those sponsoring bandits and Boko Haram in the north of the zoo. It's only in our land that you see DSA director, a Fulani man, one idiot called Haruna in Imo State, abducting people, and all of you are now keeping quiet. Any day we respond now, you see all the idiots, they will rise up. And we are going to respond very soon. Useless Zoological Republic. You people have not seen madness. You are going to see what is greater, or should I say worse than madness. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling from, if you may.
I am Mazi Moses Keledo. I'm calling from India.
From India, please go ahead. We're listening. The world is listening, of course. Go ahead.
Yes, Mazi, I want to just make a suggestion. This suggestion is all about our brother and our uncle, Agro-Neurosi, who died as a child of circumstances. Because I am aware that he is not involved in the coup, and this is a man who commanded the United Nations Army for good 4 years. The coup plotters did not involve him. The Janjaweed, they planned and they killed him. So I want him to be immortalized. It's my suggestion in the land of Biafra. And secondly, the war museum that is in Omahia is tagged Nigerian National War Museum. That is Biafra National War Museum, where Ojukwu, everything about Biafra was, stationed. So I want all those places, I want Biafrans to take over that place. Secondly, we are earnestly expecting you in India. Thank you, Mazi. God bless you. God will continue to protect you. No evil plan of the enemy will come close to you until Biafra is restored.
And beyond, he said, thank you very much for that. On the first one about my great uncle, Agironsi, the only battlefield decorated general in the history of Nigeria. He is the only battlefield decorated general. The only man that earned his stripes, his rank in the battlefield. The rest are all quota, including Buratai that just left, that specialize in killing civilians. Ironsi went outside Nigeria to go and fight in the Congo, commanded the UN there admirably, and he was made a general. Not all these paper general. That is one thing they don't like about us. That is one thing. I mean, in Britain, there are good people, but always the evil ones overshadow the good people. As I said, in the main, English people are very, very tolerant, very wonderful people, unbiased. But there are, say, pockets of evil amongst them. Ironsi was decorated in the battlefield of Congo, where he fought. Tell me any Fulani Janjaweed that fought outside Nigeria before. None. It is only by killing civilians. Or during the war, when our hands were tied behind our back, food blockade, air, land, and sea blockade by Britain and Russia. They planned and connived and gave them Egyptian pilots, flying MiG aircraft belonging to Russia. Despite the fact that Nigeria was under arms embargo, they gave weapons to go on to come and fight and kill us. But our uncle made a very big mistake. He's from my clan, from my mother's village. A great man, no doubt. And we shall do the best we can. But he made a very big mistake. He's my uncle, but I will say it. That Victoria is my aunt, the wife. John, we went to the same school together. He was my senior at Government College Omaya. We're very close. The families are very close. The Uronsi family and the Kanu family have been very close for very many years. I love them very dearly. And I'm sure they do towards me. But my uncle made a very big mistake. The mistake he made was to promulgate a decree uniting Nigeria. He should have listened to Nzogwu, what Nzogwu had to say. And I think in 2 days' time, not tomorrow, I think on Sunday night, I will do a program specifically to address the issue of Fulani Janjaweedism, and there I will mention my great uncle, Aguiyi, a great man indeed. And we shall see what we can do to immortalize him. He'll be remembered. The only general you have in Nigeria, the only general, as a general, you have to earn your stripes. Those stars you have to earn them. Not in the office by writing petition and writing quota. It's our turn. They make you a general. That is why you've seen them fighting their so-called bandits. They cannot defeat them. Quota generals, that's who they are. Only Agri-Ronsi, the only Niger. I think to an extent, what's this man's name? The one that he thought was Brigadier Gundigbe. Well, he wasn't a general. Only Agri-Ronsi. And that is why thank you very much for this very brilliant question anyway. That is the only man in the history of the Zoo military that went outside, fought a war and won, and came back as a general. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are. Can you hear me? He cannot hear me. He cannot hear me. He cannot hear me. He has left. He has left. I'm sure that many more people are on the line trying the best they can to try and get in. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you are, if you may.
Yes, my leader. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Vincent Okechukwu. I am calling from Casablanca, Morocco.
Casablanca in Morocco. Please go ahead. The world is listening.
Yes, my leader. History have it that when Jewish state want to restore their state, the unknown gunman kill all those who do not support in Jewish state. This is high time. I just want to make a contribution. This is high time we kill every goddamn shit that is not supporting ESN and IPOB in Biafra land, especially the Eastern governors and all those people, including Joey Bokwe and everybody. Those people that are talking rubbish against ESN and the IPOB must go down. We have to send them to God for judgment. That's what I want to contribute, my leader.
Thank you. I am not going to kill anybody, please. I want to make this very, very clear. I am not going to kill anybody, but my job is to ensure that we present them before God for judgment. I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not going to execute anybody. It is for God to do all of that, not me. Thank you very much. Of course, I can understand your anger. My dear brother, I can understand your anger. We share the same anger. Look at the way the Fulanis are fighting to take over our land. And we are struggling to defend our land. And some of our people are supporting the Fulani to take over our land. Hey, very sad indeed. The caller on the line, can you hear me? Your name and where you are, please, if you may.
Good morning. This is Daniel. I'm calling from Belgium.
From Belgium. Thank you very much. The world is listening. Please go ahead.
Onyendu, I want to thank you for all you have said this morning and for your analysis. I have been a member of this IPOB since 2013. I'm still a member. Actually, I know all what you have explained about the thing that was said about...
You are very far from the microphone. Take it off speakerphone, please. Speak into your phone direct so it can come out here very well.
Sir.
Go ahead.
I said, actually, I have heard all what you have said this morning, and we know who those people who are battling those lies, and we tell them that if anything happens to you, they are going to see how we are. We know their leader, and they said that their main effort is to bring IPOB down, and I have already told them that it's going to take them another 200 or more million years for them to bring IPOB down. That we are very strong and we are strong behind you. Whatever you want to do, do it. I don't have a daughter to give you or anything. But if your wife will allow, maybe you come and take my own also and join to your own. So do whatever you want to do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I will not take your wife to join to my own. No. I have a very beautiful wife. I'm not going to take yours, please. Elohim gave yours. Chico Gabama gave you your wife. And she is going to, I don't want to use the word serve before the feminists will come after me. Two of you are going to have a very fruitful and enjoyable life together. They understand. Do you think the zoo is foolish? Do you see me when I travel? Do you think they don't see me when I travel across international borders? Of course they know, because it's part of the information sharing protocol. Anytime I cross any border, they all know. But they also understand that should anything happen to me, all their children will be beheaded in the afternoon, 12 noon, everywhere they are in the world, the same day. The same hour, the same minute, all over the world. They know how crazy we are. Do you think they don't know? They know how crazy we are. And they won't try that rubbish. And they know it very, very well. They cannot try it. And they know that hell is coming. Hey, oh come on, Abia, hell is coming to the zoo. If you have not gotten your Somali visa, please go and apply for it, because you will need it. I assure you, you're going to need it. We are live and we are direct. Those claiming they'll bring down, do you know what is IPOB? Bring a movement of this magnitude down. Who is the bagger? You can try. Others have tried, they have failed, and they will continue to fail. The caller on the line, I have you live, and the whole world is listening. Give us your name and where you are.
Good morning,
Good morning to you.
Good morning. My name is Ifeanyi. I'm calling from Ghana.
From Ghana, thank you very much. Please go ahead, we're listening.
Sir, I'm happy to get you this morning. Sir, my question is that,
what is your question?
My question this morning is about this COVID-19 that Zoo want to give our people.
Yes.
What is your advice to our people back home? Because I don't trust Nigerians to give our people the COVID-19 vaccine. So what are you going to say about this, sir? Thank you, sir.
It's a very good question. What I have to say is that I leave that to the judgment of our people, but I'm not going to take it myself. I will not take it myself. When it comes to matters of personal health and people's life, how they lead it, it is not for us to tell them what to do. I will not take it. As somebody quite rightly asked, how come during the palliative time at the height of COVID-19 lockdown, you couldn't give people the palliative that they need? Now you're giving them vaccine. It doesn't make sense to me. Makes no sense. So I'm advising them. I'm not going to take it myself, but people can advise themselves on what to do. The caller on the line, can you hear me?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Chinedu, Mazi Nwachineke. I'm calling from Cambodia.
From Cambodia. We are everywhere. That is what drives our enemies mad, that IPOB is everywhere, all over the world. Unbelievable. Please go ahead. We are listening. In Cambodia, or from Cambodia, I should say.
I want to thank you for your efforts, what you have been doing for us. May God bless you.
You say, and bless you too.
Mazi, my question, I just want to ask you a question so that you can ask the zoo. My question is the question that I have for the zoo. I want you to ask the zoo people, because they don't learn. Ask them where their first lady when their president took his own vaccination, because I saw other presidents taking their vaccination with their first lady beside them. So I don't know where went the woman, or does it mean that the Osibanjo is the new wife? I don't know. As they presented. So ask them that question and let them answer you. So that is not one question. The truth is that the zoo they lack knowledge. Because why they say that they lack knowledge is that the money they are spending is in bribing the world leaders and the world media are enough for them to take care of the agitation that we are clamoring for.
Yes.
Because if they are using all those money to fix our roads, our railway, our seaport, and all those things, I don't think that would be need for Biafra. But they lack knowledge. They are still spending money. They are still giving them money. They should have said that they have failed. Their money will finish, and yet they will not achieve anything. So what is happening now is that, you know, in our Igbo language, they say that when two people finish fighting, you will be hearing Metumaka Kametigi.
Yes. Touch me, let me touch you.
So
touch me, let me touch you.
Touch me, let me touch you.
Because both of them are tired.
Happening now.
Yes.
So all these things you see them doing is just touch me, let me touch you. They have failed. They know that they have failed willfully. So now what I know that our able God Abiyama will disgrace them. All these our Igbo leaders and all those governors that are dealing with, they know they have failed. They cannot do anything. So my prayer for them is that they will reap what they sow. Okada will reward them. So we don't need to kill them. We don't need to hunt them. Okada will hunt them. God will judge them just like
God will judge them, not me. I won't judge them. We will present them before God, and God will pass judgment on them.
So that's my contribution, my leader. May God bless you.
And you too. Thank you very much. And I want to ask all the zoo people listening, all the zoo animals that are listening this morning, from wherever they may be, where is your so-called first lady? Where is she? People who cannot reason nor think properly. Nigerians, where is your so-called first lady? Where is she? Have you seen, I tweeted last night, somebody kindly compiled, and I think that's what we need to do for the coming week. People should go and compile 16 pictures of the different Buharis that they have given to them to say is their president. So I tweeted it yesterday, and I asked the question. So is number 8 on that picture? If you go to my Twitter handle, you will see that I tweeted 16 photographs of the person they claim is Buhari, and I asked them, is number 8 also Buhari? I don't know why. Anyway, I don't want to go mad trying to understand how idiotic black people are sometimes. But where is Aisha anyway? She's nowhere to be found. She's in Dubai having fun. Dubai, built by other people, built by Arabs, people that suffer, people that love their country. They built Dubai. UAE made it great. All you can do as a useless nigger is to run there and go and be enjoying without shame. That's where Aisha is. Is Dubai now the new Nigeria? Of course, who knows, it may be. After all, Kempinski Hotel in Dubai is owned by Atiku. The caller on the line, can you hear me, please? Your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I'm calling from Sapele, Delta State.
From Sapele? Sapele is in Biafra land. Please go ahead. We are listening.
My question that I want to ask is that there are some issues in Ondo State. When Biafra comes, will they join?
Yes, we are going to hold a referendum across the board. Everybody who identifies as a Biafran, anywhere the women tie 2-piece wrapper, we are going to conduct a referendum and they decide where they wish to belong. We are not going to coerce nor force anybody to join us. Our people in Ondo, we don't recognize all those stupid boundaries. I don't recognize the boundaries drawn by Britain, given to me, calling it Nigeria. In the same vein that I do not believe nor subscribe to the boundaries drawn up by Fulani Janjaweed via their Boundary Adjustment Commission, carving our people into different states. Ondo is the Yoruba state, and I want it to remain so. But there are my Ijob brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers who are in Ondo, and they shouldn't be there. The same way that there are some of our people who are in Kogi and also in Benue. They are coming with us. We're not going to leave anyone behind. I cannot be championing and campaigning for Igbo people in Benue to be part of Biafra, and then I will leave Ijob people in Ondo to be part of Oduduwa. It's not going to happen. We'll negotiate, we'll discuss with our Oduduwa brothers and sisters, our brethren from that part of the world, and say to them, these are our people. Let's go and ask them where they wish to belong. As simple as that. Listen, our quest for Biafra is a democratic type of Biafra where the people will have to willingly agree to join Biafra or not to join Biafra. So we go to Ondo and we ask them, do you want to be part of Biafra or not? Then they say yes or no. If they, of course, they will say yes. And they will come back home where they belong. That is what the Fulanis did. There is a program I'm going to do. Anybody, if you go and buy data, go and do whatever you can. Go and buy a battery for your radio and listen to the broadcast I'm going to make on Sunday by the grace of the Most High. People will be shocked that Muslims are even a minority in Nigeria. Muslims are a minority in Nigeria. The majority of people living in the north are not Fulani or Hausa either. I'm going to shock with revelation, facts and figures from British census many years ago. We allow Fulani people to be drawing boundary for us, telling us who should be our brother and who shouldn't be, who should be our neighbor or who shouldn't be. That's something they did. They came to Imo State, they cut on Haji Ebema into two. Half is now Niger Delta, rivers. The other half is in Igbo. All that nonsense must come to an end. They are coming with us. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. All at once your mother ties to. They ask me, where is the boundary? As I told you, my mother, where is the boundary of Biafra? How many piece wrapper does your mother tie? As simple as that.